right, collectors, thanks for joining me today on the channel, January 28th, 2024, for all the pickups and news, rumors, steals, and deals that we've gotten through this last week. So, let's go ahead and start off with, without any further ado, because we have got a lot to get through, and I'm going to try to wrap it up in less than 30 minutes, because it's a lot of stuff. The news, maybe not so much, but all the pickups and stuff, and the goings on, yeah, I think I'm going to try and go through this really quickly, just to kind of recap the news, or recap what I picked up. So let's go ahead and start, as we always do, with the deals that we picked up. So if you guys saw my videos, you guys saw that I have found quite a bit at Ross lately. So let's start off with, boom, you can never have enough multiple men, $5.99 at your local Ross. I found 2 multiple men. I'll be opening these 2, and they'll be joining my X-Men shelf there, so that's really great. I also picked up, boom, another Spiral. Love it. Just, one of the figures of the year. She didn't make my year, but yearly countdown, but the engineering in this is absolutely amazing. So yeah, it's a fantastic figure. It's a steal for that much. $5.99 for a Long Shot. Love it. Long Shot was one of my favorite characters because he had some involvement with X-Force as well. And that's when I really started to get into the, the collecting and the comic books and all that. Was back when, we had X-Force, the New Mutants, X-Force, Jim Lee had just started, Todd McFarlane was about to start, all these new things were taking off. This was when it was big for me. What I also picked up was another minty Dark Phoenix. Minty, I don't know how these cards stay minty at Ross. I mean, it's an absolute war zone in there. You guys have seen it. So, and then you didn't see it in the video, or you did. In this past toy hunt, you guys saw that I missed an avalanche at my local Ross. I saw it. I didn't think too much of it. I was like, well, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But guess what? I didn't go back the next day. It sat there for at least 36 hours. This morning, I went back. Boom! Right where I left it, or right where it was, an avalanche figure. Excuse me, so all of these figs, $5.99. I think the only one that I didn't find was Wolverine. And I already have a Wolverine. Actually, I opened one and I have one. So, I mean, that's fantastic. That was fantastic finding all of those. So that's it for some of the Ross deals there. No, there's more, but let's move on to something else. Number 2, a good friend, Zach, out there on the forums, said, hey, I want to help out some fellow collectors, and I am always looking for this particular G.I. Joe figure, and I couldn't find it anywhere, and I kept checking Ollie's. and I could never find it. But I like this particular for twofold. Number 1, it's a great character, and number 2, it comes with a ton of hands. And those hands are sometimes, absolutely critical to some of the posing and some of the picture taking that you need them for. So what is that? Well, Zach hooked a lot of collectors up with some of these Sergeant Slaughter figures from Ollie's. And, all Zach asked was $20 for each one of these. That's a huge steal. I mean, these were going for like $12 plus shipping. Zach, thank you. Thank you. That's all I can say, is very appreciative for that. Great guy. All right, so what else did we get? One of my friends, another friend of mine who was online, said, hey, I saw that this figure made your top 10, and I don't think it made the top 10, but it was an honorable mention. And then I saw you customizing a few of his friends. He said, I happen to have another one, and I am looking for a couple of Joes to trade. Would you want to trade? And I said, well, let me see what you got. And he showed it to me and said, yes, let's do it. So the figure that I picked up for a trade, it's one of my favorite figures. You guys recently saw I did a little bit of customizing with it, but DLZ Sergeant Skull, or Skull Sergeant. This guy is fabulous. I love it. You know what? Controversial. Better than the Mezco Skull Death Dealers, or whatever they are. This guy is amazing. Amazing. So pick that up for a trade. On top of that, I didn't show you guys, or we saw it in a video a couple days ago, or a couple weeks ago, but I never showed it to you. It was still downstairs. We had picked up a clawful for 10 bucks. You guys remember that hunt? So here it is. I never showed it to you guys, so there's that. What we also picked up for a steal over at Ross, this is one of the Ross finds, because this thing has tremendous. So here's the deal also. I'm going to have to start slowing down on all the custom, unless it's something that's absolutely amazing for customizing. I'm going to have to slow down because I've got too many projects now, or things backed up. I've got about 4 or 5 things backed up waiting to be customized. And I just can't, I can't keep buying stuff and piling up. I'm going to have to just buckle down and do what I need to do with the ones that I have. So the other thing I picked up, and this is going to be a great little armored vehicle, was the Batman Playmobil here. It's got tremendous room inside of here for Joes and stuff. I might even make some cuts in here to actually put some plastic to make it a window and make it look even better, right? So love it. It looks great. I might even, color it. I don't know. We'll see. Might spray paint it, might not. I don't know. It's a great looking little car. And, I'm looking forward to messing around with this one. This is going to be great. Great customizing potential. All right. Now, we got one more deal. So you guys remember in that video, toy hunt video from a couple days ago, I think it was just yesterday, I guess, that I found that cover, that The Last Ronin, and I thought it was the hardbound book, and I got really excited. I was like, oh man, I can't believe it. I found it was on clearance, and I was about to get a great deal on it or whatever. Well, shortly thereafter, I didn't show this on the video, I found these two on clearance with the red card. Boom! These are the full stories. The Last Ronin hardcover and The Last Ronin The Lost Years. Both are what, like $29? $29.99 for each one. Ended up costing me like 15 bucks each. I got 2 of these books for the price of one. Fantastic deal. Why wouldn't, that's almost Ollie's prices right there. I gotta get that. So I picked that up. Those were picked up at Target. All right, moving over to the next thing. Now, these are not deals at all. These I picked up at regular price. I blame Bobby Valla for this one because he posted on Facebook that he'd been watching this movie. And I was like, well, doggone it, now I want to watch it because it is one of my favorite movies. And that movie is Reign of Fire. I really like this movie. Where Are the Dragons? It's supposed to have dragons by now. They're a couple years late. But I didn't have it on Blu-ray. I only had it on DVD. I told my wife, hey, do we have this on Blu-ray? I want to watch it tonight, And she says, we only have it on DVD. I was like, time to go get a Blu-ray. Because that's a must-have. If you guys haven't seen it, it's a great movie. I liked it. I loved it. Great movie. You guys got to watch it if you hadn't seen it. The other thing that we got, thanks to Mr. Pedro. Pedro, let me know if you want me to shout out your channel or maybe your name. Let me know. Fantastic person. Said, hey man, I saw that you've been looking for this. I've put it to the side over here for you. You guys saw in the video where I picked it up, and that is Mr. Balin Skull. Finally picked him up. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate it. So that was a fantastic pickup as well. And finally, the last, I don't know if you guys saw this in the video or not. I think I actually recorded it, but I don't know if you guys ever saw it or not. And that is, I finally found this for $19.97 at Walmart. I didn't pay 29 bucks for it on Amazon or anywhere else. The RoboCop car. That's right, here it is. Boom, love it, love it. So there we go. Those are the pickups for this week. Very excited about it. I know, there's not a lot of Joes there. I'm trying to focus my collecting. But when you find a lot of deals, that's when you pick up some stuff, right? When you can find those deals. As you saw, very little of this was picked up at full price. And that's what collecting sometimes is about. You got to be able to manage those resources appropriately and pick up stuff when you need to. So the last thing I'm going to cover here, and this is from the last review that I just did. Again, I don't watch any of the reviews before I do my review to give everything a fair review. And you know, I love that everybody has had, you know, not everybody, but some people have had some differing opinions in the comments, and you know, let's keep them coming. You know, if I was unfair to some of that, to that in that review to that Dark Wolf figure, we're talking about the Dark Wolf figure, then let me know in the comments. You know, maybe you have your point. And again, I think it comes down to what you value more in an action figure. Do you value more articulation, or do you value more the sculpt, right? I mean, it really is about preference. I happen to be of the opinion that if it's an action figure, I should have the right or the ability or the power to break the sculpt and put it in an action pose if I want. Now, if you're more to the, hey, you know what, give me some action, but don't break up the sculpt too bad, because then it looks ugly, right? Then yeah, I get it as well. So fantastic, you know, discussion and great points in the comments there. You know, we should all have different opinions, and we all should have, you know, come at it from a different angle. Differences is what makes this country fantastic. And yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Thanks for commenting, guys. Thanks for sharing your opinion on there. And let's go from there. All right, let's move on now to the news of the week. Let's start off with some G.I. Joe news. I mean, there's not a lot going on with G.I. Joes, but, you know, there are a couple of things we want to talk about, or G.I. Joe adjacent type news. So here, number one, we've got some in-hand type of images from the net on what the, you know, G.I. Joe Vamp looks like. We already know that it's hit the States and it's in warehouses, and I guess Hasbro's getting ready to start charging those pre-orders so they can go out and we can start getting them in our hot little hands. So this is what the Vamp looks like. You know, it's looking good. We already know what it looks like, but these are some in-hand images taken out of the box. It looks fantastic. I had actually ordered 3, but I trimmed it back down to 2. We'll see how it goes. If I like it that much, maybe I'll get a 3rd one. I don't know. We'll see how that goes, but it looks great. You have to give credit where credit is due. So great work, Hasbro, on that. Number 2, Valaverse will be visiting my part of town on June 21st, 22nd, 23rd. You bet your bottom dollar. You bet your sweet bippy I'm going to be there. So yeah, apparently whatever they're going to have as an exclusive is going to be tremendous. I'm going to be there. I'm probably going to drop a few bills, picking up some Valaverse stuff to support that Bobby's company. And he's got some great products, so I love it. I'm going to totally enjoy, you know, going to this show, meeting Bobby. I think Laser Pants is going to be there. I don't know. Whoever else is going to be there. So that's going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy that. Now, I'll tell you what. McFarlane is making it real hard for me to stick to my embargo on his figures. And let's go through this, and I'm going to show you why it's getting hard to stick to this embargo. And it's not really an embargo, it's a temporary one, right? Just till I start feeling better about what he's doing, or, you know, maybe he starts taking things in a little bit of different direction, or he hears us, right? Maybe he hears us. So this is what he's got. Like I said, it doesn't mean I'm never going to buy McFarlane stuff. It just means that, you know, I got a little bit of a temporary embargo on it. I don't need to have any of this stuff. So anyways, here we go. Looking at this release, it's the Batgirl and Batpod. This thing looks amazing. I don't think anyone expected this. Certainly is amazing, but should it cost as much as the Batmobile? I don't know. I'm conflicted a little bit there. So I don't know. I really like it. It looks fantastic. Do I get it? I don't know. I'm really conflicted here. It looks great. It looks fantastic. I'll have to, we'll see what, I may or may not get it. The next thing is this parallax figure. I thought we already got a parallax, but I think this one glows in the dark. Yeah, here it is. It glows in the dark. I don't think the other one did. And so anyways, here's the collector version of it. It looks good. I'm not interested in it, but you guys might be. So anyways, you also got this crazy, you know, I forgot what his deal was, but I think he's some kind of an infected Flash figure. Okay. that Bat Pod and Batgirl though, those are the ones that are really drawing me to it. And then you have, and this is what I really appreciate though, is this version of Batgirl, because she has a cloth cape. I think McFarlane's starting to get it through his thick skull. Why not just put fabric capes on these things? They probably cost just as much or cheaper than plastic capes. And that's what collectors want. I don't know how many ways to tell companies, listen to your customers. And if there's any way possible to meet their expectations, well, do it. They're telling you what to do. You don't need a consultant. Anyways, I really like this figure. I don't know. Again, I don't know if the embargo is still going to be on when this one ships out. So we'll see. So far, I haven't, other than the stuff that's come in through the door on pre-orders, that's about it. I haven't really picked any of the other stuff up. All right, moving along to some imports. Mafex has Superboy out there ready to, as a pre-order. I won't be buying it, but it looks cool. I like that jacket. That jacket looks fantastic. So anyways, yeah, I like it, but am I going to pick it up? Probably not, but I know some of you guys are interested in it. And then you also have this Stealth Iron Man. Also very cool, but I'm not going to be picking it up, but I know a lot of you guys are interested in it, so that's why I thought I'd talk about it just for a second. So there you go. The other thing from Mezco that's come out is this Robin. Usually I'm always a big fan of Mezco, and I hope they do right. But this figure does not call to me. I mean, I get it. He's a classic Robin. Just okay. I mean, if it calls to you, call it. I mean, the only reason I'm talking about it is because it's Mezco and I like Mezco. And he's Robin, and I know there's a lot of people out there. It caught my attention for a split second, so kind of neat. And I know this one doesn't catch a lot of your guys' attention, but to me, it's this is a property that's very important to me, and that is the Warhammer property, Warhammer 40K property, and Joy Toys rendition of it. We've got the Horus Heresy coming out with some of these. I believe these are Iron Fists. I think that's what they are. If not, let me know in the comments down below. But I've been picking up some Joy Toy Warhammer 40K figures sporadically here and there. So just because I really like them, but they're pricey. Make no mistake about it. And make no mistake about it, the articulation is also a little bit lacking. So, but for me, because this particular property has a lot of nostalgia value to me, I tend to overlook that particular problem, but they look fantastic. So anyways, there's the Warhammer stuff. And then we have the Turtles of Grayskull. This Ram Man looking thing. It's pretty big. As you guys know, I couldn't resist the mouse jaw. I forgot to show that to you guys earlier. I'm not going to go get it. I'll show it to you next week. But anyways, I succumbed to Mousetrap or Mouse Jaw, whatever it is, Mousetrap. He looks ridiculous, and I like the little Mauser with him, so I picked him up. But anyways, here's Ram Man. That's going to be coming out soon enough. And then you got Keldor over here, King Keldor. I don't know if this is a spoiler or not. I haven't seen Kevin Smith's stuff. He kind of fooled us once with that idiotic first run of the Masterverse or whatever that story was. I'm just going to keep it to myself. If I don't like it, I'm just going to move on. But anyways, fool me once. Anyways, I don't know if I'm going to go watch the second try at it. But yeah, I feel a little bit betrayed by Kevin Smith, but whatever. I mean, don't let my biases dictate what you watch or don't watch. Go on and watch it if you like it. I might end up watching it later down the road. It might be a Wednesday afternoon with nothing to do, and all the toys have been bought. So I guess I'll turn it on while I eat some pizza, whatever. So anyways, there's that. And then he also had the Star Wars live thing that they had, or the stream Hasbro had. Meh. The only two things that I'm interested in, number one, is the Droid Daka right here. Very cool looking. I probably will pick one or two up because I don't have one of these, and I like that they scaled it up to 6-inch. And then I might do the Ahsoka Thrawn. So we got those two that interested me. The other ones, I mean, whatever. I'm just not interested in re-releases of some of these figures. I'm okay. I know some of them are vintage, but I mean, how many versions of Mando do I need? I mean, how many Mandalorians do I need? At some point you just go, that's enough, I got enough. So anyways, now there is a new portion to the video here, and that's why I was kind of hurrying up through the news. And that is, I am going to include some of the new customs that we've gotten from different people. And well, I'm just going to go ahead and display them here for a few seconds. Now, whenever you guys send these to me, I'm going to just post them up here, and I'm going to put whoever's name, it was that sent them to us. Yeah, just send them to us. Let's highlight some of your guys' work, some of your guys' inspiration, some of your guys' maybe you've commissioned these customs and you've got a guy who's really good at it, so we can also learn about it. Or maybe you're working on something new and that can give us some new inspiration, and we can take a look and maybe do that. You guys see my customs all the time, but anyways. And finally, some of you guys have reached out and asked me, hey, what comics have you been recently reading? And because I'm a big believer that Hollywood has completely run out of great ideas. And now what they're trying to do is go back and look at basically old ideas and try to refresh them, right? So where's Hollywood getting the majority of their stories? Well, they're just reaching back into the archives of comic books, or, I mean, I think they're going to do one from Invincible. They've already started that cartoon series. So anyways, here's what I've been reading lately. Number one, boom, we're going to go through these pretty quickly. Been reading some Duke. So, of course, G.I. Joe, duh. So we've been reading that. We've also been reading, boom, Cobra Commander. There you go. Been reading. So does that look familiar? What's back there? Anyways, we've been reading that. What else have we been reading? Yes, G.I. Joe. Look at that. We've also been reading this one. Fantastic. Guys, I am really loving the new, just the way the new story is going. So, wow, I'm just very excited about it. And what else? What's old is new again. Boom, Transformers 1, Transformers 2, been reading that. It's so funny because I was even collecting the Transformers comic books from when IDW had them. I think, who else before them? Anyways, I've been collecting them for a while now. What I've also been collecting lately is a little bit of Blade, because I really like Blade. And this one, I think I have the number one here somewhere. Predator and Wolverine. What? I love comic books like that. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I haven't broken into this one yet. It's just some brain dead, awesome artist, mashup. To me, this looks fantastic. And let's just see what the heck happens. So anyways, been reading that. Been reading the new Alien out there. I'm a big fan of aliens. Love aliens. And of course, I've been reading what everybody else has been reading, which is Void Rivals, right? So I've been reading that as well. The first, second, and the third one. Sorry about that. I've been reading all those. So super excited where everything's going. And of course, oh, here's the other. I like this cover. Look at this cover. Man, that cover looks awesome. Anyways, And then, of course, I'm reading some of my old favorites as a child, before I even got into X-Men, before I even got into Marvel, before I got into any comic books. The genre that interested me the most was Tarzan and one other person, Edgar Rice Burroughs. But this one really interested me as well, Conan. I've been an avid Conan reader since, I don't know when. I'll tell you when. Do you guys remember the Conan Saga format comic books? Or not comic books, they were like magazines. The Conan Saga, I used to buy those religiously as a little kid and used to read those. I love that comic book, or that magazine / comic book. Anyways, guys, that's what I'm up to lately. Those are the pickups for the week. Let me know if you guys, what comic books are you guys reading that are just fun? Now, I'm not looking for, to reflect back on my life and the mistakes. I don't want those comic books. I just want a good action, a good story comic book. I don't want to reflect back on the fall and rise of the Byzantine era, or contemplate the mistakes. No, I just want this. Give me some aliens, a good story, and some superheroes, please. That's all I want. So anyways, guys, let me know what you guys are reading, what comic books are out there that you're having fun reading. Hey, what toy news are you guys seeing that I failed to report on? Probably a lot, because I only report on what interests me. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Remember to be kind to each other, respect each other, and I appreciate every single one of you that has come along with me on this journey. I never expected this channel to get more than like 50 people coming around with me, but I appreciate every single one of you. I have fun doing this. I love doing the hunts. It's just something that I've been doing this for 40 years and I'm still not sick of it. I love doing it. So guys, thanks for watching. Be kind to each other, respect each other. I appreciate every single one of you. And if I've informed, amused, or entertained you, throw me a like and maybe subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. And as long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep rolling these out.